بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي امري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربي زدني علما. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon everyone. Hope you will be feeling well today, and I also hope that whatever goals you have set for yourself, you will be working for achieving all those goals, and you will be working for developing yourself, and you will be investing each and every moment of your life and your personal and professional development. And you must do it because life is an opportunity, and we must. Now it is up to us what use we make of this time or this life. So the choice is totally ours. So it is not a rocket science, it's a common science that we should improve ourselves and we should work on ourselves, because everybody wants to be a great person, everybody wants to be a successful person, and everybody wants to be a happy person. So, and we want to compete with ourselves, and we want to become the better person, the better version of ourselves. It is said that common sense is not that common. Normally we hear this statement, this phrase, common sense is not that common. But do you know that what is common sense? So common sense is that knowledge which all humans have. And this knowledge is unspoken and unwritten. And we take it for granted. And we acquire it imperceptibly from the day we are born. For example, if I say animals do not drive cars, so you are telling me that we know this, animals do not drive car. Why are you telling us? So this is a knowledge that everybody knows. And if I tell you people that your father is elder than you, your father is older than you, so this is something common. So the things which everybody knows, that is called common sense. And everybody is well aware of it. And we don't have it in written form. It is unspoken. Normally we don't talk about it. Nobody talk about it because everybody can understand it. So there are some examples of common sense. For example, we don't enter elevator until others have exited. When elevator is full, so we don't enter that because we wait for our turn. When other people they come out from the elevator, then we get into that. So this is something very common. Everybody knows that. And if I told you that dress yourself for an interview, dressing up for an interview, this is also a common sense thing. Like everybody dress for an interview. If there is an interview, so you will try to make the best preparation for that. You will try to prepare the best suit for that occasion. So this is common sense question. Or check both ways while crossing the road. When somebody crosses the road, so first we look here and there. Nobody crosses the road without looking here and there because it is dangerous. So if you want to be safe, so we must look here and there. So this is common sense. Everybody do it, and there is no need for writing it or for speaking about it. Yes, everybody knows that. We don't check our mobile during a job interview. When there is a job interview is going on and you have a mobile, when you are getting a message or a phone call, still you don't check it because You don't want that you should have a bad impression on the panelist. You want to show yourself the best person. So you want to have a good impression on others. So therefore you want that everything should be in your control. So this is common sense question. We don't talk during interview. We don't check our mobile. We don't use social media whenever we are appearing in an interview. Or we don't bite the hand which feed us. Do you bite your hand when you eat? You don't bite it. If you're not noticing it or unexpectedly you bite it, so you become very sad. That why did you do that? So nobody bite this hand because we are doing it since childhood, but we do not bite it. So this is common sense thing. If somebody does it, so you will call him an abnormal person. Or we don't congregate in the doorway. We don't congregate, we don't gather in the doorway because normally the doorway is always open because people get in and out. So we don't stand there in the doorway. This is common sense thing. If some person stand over there, so we consider him foolish. That's why you are standing in the door. So these are the examples of common sense. The example which I shared with you, all these are the example of common sense. Now how to develop common sense? So normally common sense, we develop common sense from two main sources. One is intellectual ability and the second is our life experience. Whatever is our intellectual ability, if we are more able intellectually, so we will develop more common sense. If we have more life experience, we will have more common sense. And when we take decision or make judgment on the basis of combining these two, intellectual ability plus life experience, then we will always make good decisions, good judgments about our life. So mostly we develop common sense from intellectual ability and from life experiences. And as you know that with the passage of time, we develop common sense. With the passage of time, we develop more experience. We develop more life experience. We become more mature. So therefore, we develop more common sense. And with the passage of time, we come to know that what thing makes sense and what is the best solution. So normally we go for that. So as in English it is said old is gold. Why it is said old is gold? Because the old people, they are wise, more wise. Because they have practically lived their life and they have developed so many experiences. So because of that, they have more common sense and they can take better decisions. So therefore, we want to sit with them and we normally whatever they share, so we act upon that because of their wisdom. So therefore, we develop common sense from intellectual ability, secondly from life experience, and as I told you that as life passes, so we develop more common sense with the passage of time. There are 8 ways to develop common sense. There are 8 ways. Number 1 is gain experience. Number 1 way is gain. If you want to have more common sense, then you must gain experience. And how can you gain experience? You can gain experience in the school of life, not from formal education. School of life means practically when you do different things, you apply yourself to your life, and you start doing everything yourself. Start experiencing different things, starting meeting with different things, starting doing different things. So this is called school of life. So you will come across different circumstances, different situations, and during that you will develop different experiences. So this is how you will become more experienced. So this is the first way to develop our common sense. It boosts our common sense, this experience. It enhances it. The second way is learn to reflect Now those people who reflect upon their lives, whatever happens in their lives, if something good happens, so they reflect on that. If something bad happens, so they reflect on that. They think about that. So they know about each and everything. So this is how they become wise. When you reflect upon whatever happened to you, why did it happen? Why did you get first position? Why did you get fair? So when you reflect upon it and you come to you know the reason, you identify the logic or the reason, so you become intelligent, you become mature, you become wise. And this is how you enhance your common sense. That okay, it was because of that. I am good in English, I am fluent in English just because I attended master class. After 10 years, or 5 or 10 years, you will think about why you are good at English. So you will think, oh, there was a class, I was attending that. So this is common sense. The third way to enhance common sense is develop perspective. Perspective means opinion about different things. So when you learn how to develop your perspective, and when you develop opinion and you give your opinion on different things, so you learn how to develop perspective. You have your own perspective about English, you have your perspective about education, you have your own perspective about life, you have your own perspective about yourself. So when you develop perspective, so this is how you develop common sense. You think something good or bad, that is your perspective. Another way to enhance common sense is to overcome your fear. Mostly we don't do things or we don't get new experiences just because we feel fear. And fear doesn't allow us to take risk or to avail opportunities. So we waste opportunity, therefore we do not get new experiences. So we must overcome our fear. If we want to enhance our common sense, then we must overcome our fear. The next important way is make it simple. Make it simple means whatever you do, you must make, if it is difficult, you should make it simple. Do it in a simple way. So when you start making things simple for yourself, easy and simple, so you will develop common sense. And face reality. Face reality. When you face reality, so you will enhance your common sense. Whatever is the reality, we must face that. We should not be afraid of facing reality. People, they are afraid of facing reality. What is true? What is real? So if we want to enhance our common sense, we must face the reality. So these are some of the ways when we apply it, we will develop common sense. Now, when we develop common sense or we enhance our common sense, so what advantages we will get from it? What will be the benefit and advantages? So, we get a lot of advantages when we have common sense, like we will be alert for change. As you know that change, there is always change in our life. Change always occurs in our life. Different thing changes in our life. So, when you have common sense, you will be mentally alert for that. You will be ready for that. So, this is one of the advantages of common sense. You will be ready for all kind of changes in your life. Secondly, common sense will make you ready for adapting to that change. At the one hand, you will be ready for the change, and the second, you will be able to adapt to that change easily, the way you do things. So this is the second advantage of common sense, that you will easily adopt to that change. And you will develop practical mind and good logic. You will develop practical mind and good logic, and this is how you will not be easily deceived. You will not be easily. When you have common sense, people will not deceive you easily. You will understand the gimmick or the cleverness or the over-representation of products. So you will guess it easily. You will be able to understand it easily. So therefore, people will not deceive you easily. So this is also a great advantage of common sense, that people will not easily deceive you. So those people who don't have common sense, normally people deceive them easily. So these are the advantages of common sense. That we develop practical mind and we develop good logic. Logic means reason. We understand. Whatever happened, we understand reason behind that, logic behind that. That why did it happen? So these are the advantages of common sense. So everybody talk about common sense. So those people who know that something is wrong and they still continue doing that, so those people, they don't have common sense. If something is wrong and there is proof of that, we can justify that the way you think or the way you believe or the way you do things, so this is wrong. You will be better off if you stop doing these things, if you stop believing these things. There is proof of that, there is justification of that. But still someone persists with doing that or believing in that thing, so that person will not have a common sense. If everybody thinks that the person is not reliable, that person is not reliable, that leader is not reliable, and still people follow that leader, so it means that the people don't have common sense. Or if everybody thinks that this activity is not useful, not good, it doesn't serve any purpose. Everybody has tried that and everybody think like that yes, this activity is futile, this is not useful, and still people do that. So it means that those people, they are lacking common sense. Because common sense, as I told you, that is the knowledge which everybody has. If I say in winter, there is cold. In hot weather, in summer there is hot. At night there is dark. In the day there is light. So why should I say? You people know this. So actually these are just common sense examples. If I say at night it is dark and you don't believe in that, so you don't have the common sense. If I say if you work hard, you will succeed, it's common sense. If you work on yourself, you will become a better person. If you invest each and every second and moment of your life and your development improvement, so you will become a better person. So there's no, I should not say these things because these are common things, the common sense things, and you people know about that. If you practice English, so you will become better communicator. You will become a fluent English speaker. If you practice English, speaking English, you will become a better speaker. If you practice writing, you will become a better writer. So, these are the things which everybody knows. So, we call all these things common sense. So, what is common sense? What are the different examples of common sense? How can we develop common sense? And what are the ways to develop common sense? And what are the advantages of common sense? So we discussed these things today, and as it was an interesting topic, so I thought it important to discuss it with you people, and I hope that you find it useful and interesting. And I will come to know from your feedback that what is common sense and what is the advantage of common sense and what are the different examples of common sense. So from your feedback, I will come to know. Muhammad Yusuf Sahib will also come to know because he has just arrived, and he will be listening to you carefully because he wants to learn whatever we discussed today. So if you start your feedback, we will listen to you and we will hope you will get that whether you find it useful.